Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Celebrating Earth Day every day. I'm Phil Sanchez.
And I'm Farron Franzak. Tonight, we share 5 stories from organizations and individuals who are making strides to keep our Earth green. We'll talk to LED Indy about how its works is making a positive impact on Indiana's energy consumption.
And we visit the Nature Conservancy to learn about the efforts being made to protect Indiana's natural beauty.
Earth Day Indiana gives us a preview of their upcoming festival.
And we meet a University High School student on a mission to protect the world's water.
All that and more when Celebrating Earth Day every day returns.
Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
Welcome back to Celebrating Earth Day. LED Indy specializes in finding energy-efficient solutions for businesses.
And recently they were honored by AES Indiana for their outstanding energy-efficient contributions to customers across central Indiana.
My name is Trace Clifford, and we are at the offices of LED Indy. We deal with a lot of large businesses. We've done for a lot of great large clients and all, but it was especially rewarding knowing when we could help a small business owner to save on their electricity, give them better lighting, save on maintenance, and just make their whole place look a lot better and pay them back over time. What our goal is to really make sure we find the right solution for each of our customers. There are a lot of times that we find that people put in the wrong lighting. It doesn't serve the purpose that they need. It doesn't give them the savings that they had expected. So we are specialists in the lighting field. We also do electrical work, and we do data, low voltage and all as well. And that's what the LED now stands for: lighting, electrical, and data. But we don't manufacture anything. We're the team that pulls everything together for that business, and large or small. We've done schools, we've done churches, we've done a lot of different organizations. But we put all the pieces together, help them to determine what the best solution is for them. We purchase products that meet their requirements, what they need to do. So we really pride ourselves in not only saving them a lot of money with the energy savings and maintenance and all, but we want to give them the best quality that we can.
My name's John Malind. I do a lot of different stuff here. We're a growing company, but we're still pretty small. So a lot of sales, a lot of operations, marketing, the website. There's a ton of interest in doing LED, and it's very prevalent now. People don't even necessarily consider another option. Everybody knows that they're going to switch to LED. There's obviously fantastic benefits to having new lights. It looks great, but energy savings wise, from a financial perspective, there's huge opportunity for savings by switching to LED. Most LED fixtures are going to use between 50 and 75% less power than the types of lighting that we're replacing. So lighting being maybe 20% of your total electric bill, to drop that by 50 to 75% is pretty significant savings.
Up next, we learn about the Nature Conservancy's efforts to protect Indiana's natural beauty. Stay tuned.
Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
My name is Esme Berniscus. I'm the Volunteer and Events Specialist with the Indiana chapter of the Nature Conservancy. The Nature Conservancy is a global nonprofit. We work in about 72 different countries across the globe, and our mission is to conserve the lands and waters on which all life depends. Here in Indiana, we do that through a couple of things. It's a big goal, so we focus on a few things. One is to protect resilient lands and waters, and we work with partners to make that happen. And we're always in community working to make sure that people and nature are thriving together. Wetlands are kind of like nature's sponge. They take rainwater and they can store it for us, and they add a huge amount of biodiverse habitat. You might see ducks and turtles and salamanders. You might see lots of frogs living there. And if it's a temporary wetland, they might pop up and live there for a little bit and then go somewhere else where there's a new wetland. So it's a way to both store water and reduce flooding, but also provide lots of habitat for a ton of different species. So wetlands are a critical part of our state, and they're something that we're very passionate about. We love to muck about in them and take care of them here with the Nature Conservancy. So one of the things we like to think about is how can we make large macro habitats? How can we create a large area that is one protected zone? So the Nature Conservancy does that a lot in the northern part of Indiana where there's a lot of wetlands. And we do that through focusing on buying and protecting land that is adjacent to other properties that we already own. And that creates a bigger site for lots of habitat. So that contiguous habitat is something we think is really important and look for when we are protecting land. Earth Day is every day. Thank you for saying that. I do appreciate it because that's absolutely what TNC is all about. And one thing that we're working on this spring, we're coming out of hibernation. People are looking for things to do. Winter was cold and long, and we have lots of events on the calendar. And some of those are volunteer events, and some of those are social. Get out, connect with people, learn a little bit, have fun in nature together. So we have lots of guided hikes, bird watching opportunities, but upcoming next week we have a few weed wrangles, which are service events. One is at Cedar Bluffs, and that's a nature preserve near Bloomington, and that focuses on removing invasive species from that woodland. Invasive species, they can crowd out our beloved native plants and kind of reduce habitat overall, so something we're not excited about. And volunteers don't need any experience. You can come out, get your hands dirty, pull out some bad stuff, see some good things, and then take a guided walk to the top of the bluff. So it's an exciting way to learn, give back, and also just get your hands dirty and see that impact. So one thing you can do is follow us on social media and subscribe to our monthly newsletter. Our beloved Chip Sutton, our marketing manager, puts together a great set of information about what we've got going on across the state, what kind of conservation initiatives have we been working on, big milestones and accomplishments. Sharing that with your friends and family is a huge thing that's very important. We're all about spreading the word and kind of elevating the mission of conservation.
And when we return, we meet a student with a passion for protecting Indiana's waterways.
Stay with us.
Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
Welcome back. Now, we first met University High School student Vedatri Iyer in 2023 when she was a freshman, being honored for her impressive work in nanoplastic detection.
While she's still in high school, this aspiring physician is now being honored for her development of an app that predicts E. coli contamination in Indiana's water streams.
After my whole nanoplastic project, I ended up going to the International Science Fair and winning a couple awards and ending up there, and that was a really great experience for me. It's one of the biggest science competitions in the US and in the world, actually. And then from there, I continued a little bit with my water research. So while I was working on my nanoplastics project, I realized one of the biggest problems plaguing our waters now is actually E. coli. And so E. coli, it's a very dangerous disease, especially when transmitted to humans, can create really illness, and there's been a couple deaths from it too. My project last year actually was about creating a mechanism and a method for actually looking for contamination of E. coli in our wastewater, in our streams, in Indiana's main streams. The app is called Streamy with a capital E for E. coli, and basically what Streamy allows you to do is it's a little bit like a weather app. You're able to plug in a place you want, so Fall Creek, Eagle Creek, White River, and then you're able to look 15 days in the past and 15 days in the present for what the E. coli contamination was going on in that stream. And so this is really for viewers to help, especially during the summer months, for recreational activities, so people can start being protected about them and and their kids when going tubing or diving, just spending time in the water. But it's also really useful for past researchers to look at this data and try to find E. coli trends to try to start and mitigate this E. coli presence in our wastewater streams. And then this year, currently, I'm working on a project about avian influenza, or otherwise known as bird flu. So bird flu has been kind of predicted to be the next COVID-19 pandemic. And so my project right now is kind of trying to bring government awareness about how avian flu can be predicted by wastewater, and that avian flu presence in wastewater can be a very good indicator for avian flu. And so we can stop breakouts and epidemics of avian flu occurring. I'm an avid swimmer. I love just being in the water every day, and especially in the summer. And so I was like, if this affects me, then it definitely affects a lot more other people. That is kind of the physician side of me, I guess, like just trying to solve problems before they become a huge problem. But also I look for areas where research hasn't really been done that often. E. coli in regular water hasn't really been done that much, and like nanoplastics, the only way to detect nanoplastics was by using a very big, expensive machine. And I just think water safety should be universal, and that everyone should have a chance to be able to have access and know what's in their water. I'm not exactly sure where I want to go for college yet, but I do know that I definitely want to continue in the STEM field, and especially like in environmental sciences. That's something I'm still going to be very passionate about. But I'm also leaning towards a little bit more of the physician, the medicine side, because health, safety, they all go hand in hand together. So I would love to be able to pursue something that would bridge those two interests of mine. I think it's very important for young people to be interested in advocacy, social issues and such. It's hard for people to get involved because they think they can't really do something. So I think just taking a small step forward is really the best thing you can do. Like if I had never reached out to Bob at Trico wastewater facility, I would never be where I am today. So just taking that first step, touring that facility, really led to this growth that's occurred, and that's the person I am here today. You never know where you're gonna end up, so always just like take that first little step and just do something you're a little bit passionate about, and it can really grow really fast.
Impressive young history maker and one to watch.
Absolutely. Coming up next, find out how Earth Day Indiana has grown and what's coming up this year. Stay with us.
Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
Welcome back. Earth Day Indiana is an organization that celebrates Earth Day every day, and their annual festival promotes environmental protection, conservation, and sustainable living.
That's right. Our team caught up with the organizer of the festival to find out what's in store for 2025.
I'm Greg Ziesmer, and I'm the Executive Director of Earth Day Indiana Incorporated, and we are the facilitators of and promoters of the Earth Fest, the new name for what used to be the Earth Day Indiana Festival. And we're celebrating our 35th anniversary. This couldn't be a more exciting and more synchronistic time to happen, for this to happen. It wasn't by choice that we are relocating, but rather some facility issues here at Garfield Park, and some of the infrastructure really requires us to use a different area of the park. But where we've moved to is more wooded, there's more trees, there's more shelter. We have a plan here that's just going to be beautiful. Plus we have the lovely restored McAllister Amphitheater for our live music as a sit-down theater seating presentation. You can come and go into the festival, meander back in, catch your favorite act at 3 o'clock or whatever. Go over here and take flight birds of prey, go into the tents and interview and discuss environmental policies and justice and all kinds of things that affect us. That's the real purpose of this festival. Or you can hang out at our new Citizens Energy Group sponsored youth activities area. Look at this, folks. This is incredible. This is going to be our youth activities area. We're going to have Arts with Purpose, brought by Kathy Morris, bringing all kinds of youth activities area here. We're going to have 913 Sports with a 6-station bike garage for kids to learn on site how to maintain their bicycles. And right in the midst of all the action is going to be a swap meet where you can bring and repurpose clothing and other household items. This year, we have our first 2-day event. Our first Friday night kickoff event, folks, is going to be focused on our youth, because this festival is about our youth. Our youth activities area is all about this. It's because they are inheriting this earth that we have, quite honestly, trashed. And not to mince words, but we have a responsibility to them. And my responsibility here is to show them that we take this seriously, and we are networking and connecting and teaching, but also learning as adults from our kids. And that's what this festival is about. So Friday night at 6 p.m. on May 30th. The festival is May 31st. Friday night, for the first time, we have a kickoff event at 6 p.m. in the McAllister Amphitheater. Arrive early, around 5:30, come right after school, and we'll have food trucks and beverages. There'll be no alcohol. It'll be a family-focused event. But Friday night at the MAC, Earth Day at the MAC, May 30th, followed by the festival on May 31st. It's going to be a beautiful time. I can't wait. And it's such a thrill to be able to have all this come together so perfectly. I couldn't have designed it. It's been a real gift from something greater. That is our mission. First and foremost is to bring together organizations, for-profit, nonprofit, and government agencies. And we will have 75 to 80 exhibitors under 4 tents this year. And that is the heart and soul and nucleus, the epicenter of this festival. And it's right in the middle of everything that I've just mentioned. All the other activities are really to draw focus to what this is really about, and that is bringing people together to learn and elevate and educate and network and partner and take it from here moving forward. Take the messages and the information that you learn here out and take it into your community, take it into your home, and make it a year-round, everyday conscious mindfulness exercise. That's the goal.
EarthFest Indiana will be held at Garfield Park on May 31st. Wish TV will be there, and we hope to see you then.
Of course we will. Up next, we talk to Citizens Energy Group about its sustainability efforts. We'll be right back.
Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.
Welcome back to Celebrating Earth Day every day. Citizens Energy Group invests in sustainability all across Indianapolis.
Now, the 10,000 Trees Initiative and the Dig Indy Tunnel System, they're just a few examples of its efforts across the city.
We are standing in Hawville Park on Indy's west side, where in 2021, Citizens Energy Group hosted a wide-ranging tree planting, one of many that we've done in the past decade. We had at that time embarked on an initiative to plant more than 10,000 trees in different areas served by our sewer systems, and this site was where we celebrated the halfway point, adding more trees to the park to grow and to mature. With our program's 10,000 trees now fully planted, we expect them to draw in millions of gallons of rainwater that would have otherwise entered our sewer system and then had to be treated. They will also sequester more and more carbon as the tree canopies flourish. Citizens is supporting a number of events this year where you can learn more about how to engage, including Earth Day at the JCC, as well as the Earth Day Indiana Festival coming up in Garfield Park. Indianapolis has an incredible success story to tell regarding the sustainability of our waterways due to the Dig Indy tunnel system. And when construction comes to full completion yet this year, the full impact will really start to be felt and seen. We're actually seeing the results already, as more than 6 billion gallons of wastewater that would have otherwise entered our local rivers have already been diverted by the active portions of Dig Indy. This amount will grow exponentially when the Dig Indy tunnel system is fully complete this year, and I don't think it can be said enough that this will be a generational shift in the health of our waterways and their surrounding neighborhoods. Sustainability is also making sure that we are strong and resilient as a community. Citizens works hard to make sure that the customers we serve have every tool available to manage their utility bills well and get access to financial assistance if necessary. And Citizens has a robust set of grants and philanthropic partnership options which boost local community organizations who are doing the hard work of addressing tough community issues. If you're a part of an organization and you're fired up about a project that works to sustain our community, I want you to head to our website to find information about how Citizens can either partner or financially support. To learn more about Citizens and our efforts in sustainability, as well as how you can get connected with a project of your own, visit citizensenergygroup.com.
Pretty cool. We hope that you've been inspired to celebrate Earth Day every day and that you will take action to do what you can do to make our planet a more sustainable and livable place for now and future generations.
Absolutely. You're going to find all of these stories and more on our website at wishtv.com. From all of us at Wish TV, I'm Farron Franczak.
And I'm Phil Sanchez. Thank you for joining us.
Celebrating Earth Day every day. Brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company.